Anyway, I guess I'm gonna mute. I'll leave you two to commentate. Yeah. Thanks for the commentary.
No worries. Are we live yet?
Yeah. Well,
Yes,
live.
we are.
Hello, everybody. What's up? Good morning.
Right.
Hi, Ben. How are you doing?
Readying up.
Yeah, I'm doing pretty well. It's good to see you.
Good to see you. I think we've got a good race on the docket here.
Absolutely. It's very hard to know what way this is going to go. It's pretty much 50-50 in my opinion.
Yeah, of course, SilverStar with that second seed. Very impressive player, but Sten has been very consistent. Had a very, very close 3-2 victory over Paco that just finished yesterday or the day before. I commentated it, so I should remember when it was, but I forget. And it looks like we're off.
Yeah, best of luck to both runners. And yeah, as you said, SilverStar is seed number 2, but Sten is so consistent. Sten ended up in the second chance bracket quite early on. Had a bit of an upset to Xander Webb, although Xander had played pretty well. But it was a bit of a weird result. But ever since, Sten has been getting really good times, really good results. So yeah, I'd be expecting a lot from SilverStar seed number 2. Also been putting a lot of time into it recently. So this could be very, very close.
Let's note that Sten got the 361 on YI2, which has got to be a good sign for the rest of the race. And both of them, of course, getting a 259 on YI3.
Yeah, it's a bit of a shame about the lag, but it isn't too bad. At least you can see what's going on.
Yeah, I think we'll be able to tell pretty well what's going on. If there are any mistakes, we'll be able to see what they are. SilverStar not even going for the shell jump, and Sten missing it. So little gain by SilverStar there. I think you lose time.
Yeah, you could lose a little bit of time by missing it. Another very interesting part of World 1 is Room 1 of Iggy's. It's going to be interesting to see how close they play it. Both seem to be playing it pretty safe, but still having a good Room 1.
Yeah, missing that door is not great. Neither of them went for underball or anything like that. Missing the door is not great. We had a 281 to a 280. So got to be slight advantage from that final boss to Sten so far. We'll see how this boss goes, Iggy, and then of course we'll be in the realm of flight speed and things like that when it's, it'll be anyone's game. So as expected, we had that 40-second room 2 and boss for each of them. So we got a 241 to 240 from that 281 to 280.
Okay, so they're both going to be looking for that fast flight speed. Sten is notorious for being able to tell if he's got it.
We'll see. I like to use a little Well, I didn't quite see on SilverStar's screen, but we'll see the ending time. Looks like a 362 for each of them. And they're pretty well synced on my screen. Of course, I don't know if that means that they're synced time-wise.
Yeah, it looks very close, and it should be the case as well. Just the way they've got it set up. But Sten did look pretty good in SilverStar as well, as you could see, up to 62.
Yeah, I would say just a weird strat here from SilverStar. He's skipping the shell. He's gonna get this block instead. We did see him practicing this beforehand. I don't know. You can tell me. Is this what he normally does?
So this is probably something that I'll end up talking extensively about, because a lot of people have been very surprised at SilverStar passing up on that. It's about 1.5 to 2 seconds, and at this level, that very much can be a decider. And a couple of SilverStar's last matches came down to, just that amount.
Another bad door from SilverStar there.
Yeah, as we can see, coming out of DS1, they were actually tied, and that was just because Sten made that one small mistake.
Yeah, Sten, I believe he lost his shell, right?
Yeah, he
right
lost
at the
his
end,
shell.
and ended up with a 256. So that 256 versus the 258 that you're looking for is exactly the 1.5 seconds that you're saying that SilverStar lost from the strat difference. So the difference between the two of them right now is probably mostly due to there were 2 bad doors for SilverStar. There was one in Iggy's Castle and one here in the Ghost House. So Sten is ahead by 2 doors, I would say.
Yeah. I don't know though. I really feel like going for dry room, that's something that you're getting 99% plus of the time if you're familiar with the game, and clearly SilverStar is. Nice zips for Sten.
We gotta say far superior zips for Sten. I don't know if he got a 290 or a 291 or something like that, but SilverStar was down at a 286. There's
Yeah,
another
it would've been
4
one of the
in-game seconds. So we're up to now about, I would say, 7 maybe in-game seconds separating the two of them.
Yeah, Sten has a pretty decent lead. It would take a mistake at this point, in my opinion, for this to sort of switch over. I don't think it's going to come down to small optimizations at this point.
Yeah, I mean, at this level between the two of them, the quote-unquote small optimization you would need to be about 5 real-time seconds. So that is not, there's nothing that small between 2 runners like this. And we see another in-game second lost. Stan getting the 192 on that nice strat where you fly with the key. SilverStar maybe going for something different. I'm not quite sure what. But got the 191.
SilverStar just missed his jump.
And Sten with the 272. Just everything is going very smoothly for Sten here on this race, and still SilverStar with the just very small mistakes that against another opponent we would say, well, it's a 1045, 1050. What's the difference? But against Sten today, that difference is going to be enormous.
Yeah, again, at this level, it's pretty much expected that that's the case. And even though I think as a percentage play, the decision in DS1 isn't actually that bad, I don't know, a second and a half is quite a lot. It's an interesting one. I defended it in the past, but I mean, this match is going to come down to a lot more, or this particular race.
Yeah, I have to say that maybe if you're doing one-off races, you want to go for your very safe strats. But as you said, that whatever you call it, the room where you get the shell,
Yeah,
if you're getting that even 80% of the time, then you're getting that 4 out of the 5 races in a match like this, and that's enough to justify it, I think, at this level.
I mean, even that, SilverStar pretty much could never miss it. I don't think I've actually seen anybody get hit there in the top 20, 30 seats, and that's over like 100 races.
Yeah.
To put it into perspective, I think the only, like, or not the only, I think probably be around seat 40, around that would be passing up in dry room. I think absolutely everyone else went for it if they had Cape.
Yeah, I always go for it, even though I've got nice little 11:28 or something like that. We do see both runners doing their ball skips here. Looks like both of them were quite successful.
Yeah, it's been a very nice buzzer fight for both of them, both looking pretty comfortable. But yeah, very, very close to having a result for this first race.
Yeah, and it's a result that we've been kind of expecting ever since that very first 361 in YI2, and especially since the door in Iggy.
Yeah, that was a very nice run from Sten.
Yeah, just beautiful run from Sten. I wonder if he was close to PB pace. I know his PB is only, I think, a 10:45, and actually amazing. Both of the runners with the 10:4x. Even at this high level, I think in these tournament races, that's been pretty rare. I think Sten is saying in chat that was a real PB. It did look like a real PB. The only mistake I remember, well, there were 2 mistakes I remember seeing. He lost a shell,
Yeah.
and he missed the door in room 2, I believe.
Did he knock it? Room 2 fly? Door 2 fly?
No, sorry, he got the fly. He at the end of room 2.
Oh no,
He ran
this one,
past
right?
the door for just like just for a millisecond.
Because that would have been a nice bonus, because that would have been like 3 seconds or so. But yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
he
actually
didn't make any
surprised
mistake anywhere near that big.
I'm surprised how close that was in the end. I didn't realize it was within 2 seconds. Obviously before the fight, or before Bowser, it was about 5 seconds, but wow. Yeah, just keeping it very close there. And again, whenever SilverStar comes in, he's probably going to be talking about DS1 as well. And it's, yeah, I definitely think there are a lot of merits to it.
Yeah, but we do have to say the DS1 decision is very interesting. But we do have to say there were a few other factors there. There were a couple doors, and there was also Zips.
Oh yeah, Zips as well.
That separated the two of them, and probably actually Zips was the most. Zips was the biggest difference between the two of them. That was a full 2 or 3 seconds there, probably 3 between the two of them right there. But still a 10-4x from SilverStar, and that's incredible. A 10-4x from both players. The consistency that we've seen from top runners in this tournament is and even from non-top runners, just people being able to consistently get close to their own PBs in this category over and over in these races has been really impressive. And I actually think it's a very exciting format to do these best of 5 matches compared to one long race like we have in a lot of other games in these tournaments.
Yeah, it helps negate some of the variance. If you're having a best of 5 scenario, you very much are seeing who perseveres over a number of matches. And I think we've only had one 3-0, but we're going to put that down to that 3-0 being Louis. That was actually against SilverStar, but in those matches, SilverStar played really well, but still Louis, obviously, just pulled it out. Also, just to mention, Louis hasn't lost a single race, and that's not like a single match, a single race. He's got 2-0, 2-0, 3-0. That's pretty good.
So Louis pretty scary. Louis is a bit of a phenom. I don't think anybody would deny that.
And pretty much when GDQ's over, we're going to have the winners finals as well. That's between Retro Bob and Louis. So that's going to be a very crazy match.
We are seeing SilverStar practicing his strat on Star World 3. I forgot the number there for a second. I don't know if it's not the normal strat. It must work for him pretty consistently. I think he's not supposed to fall off the side to the left there. Yeah, so what he did just there is right. The problem he's having is he's going too far to the left and falling off to the side.
Yeah, he's practicing the safe one now too.
It seems to me that his safe strats are not as consistent as the normal strats, which kind of defeats the purpose.
Yeah, I'm actually a bit surprised the method that he's attempting it. Like, don't get me wrong, in theory, like, it looks pretty solid, but using that silver P switch to open that block up, it's a lot more consistent, I think. I mean, the timing is incredibly close. I've played about with Star World 3 a lot in practice cards. It's a weird level.
Hopefully the runners aren't relying on us to pressure them into starting their next race.
They can feel free to ready up whenever they're.
Yeah, I think it should be up to the runners. We're not gonna push you into anything if you're not ready.
I just want to throw a disclaimer out there, by the way. Even though I'm sitting here talking about SilverStar, how SilverStar is playing, percentage plays and races, all that. I mean, SilverStar is incredibly good at this game, so it's sort of just, I don't know.
Yeah, really, really, we're trying to speculate on the mindset of superior players here, we're potentially criticizing them for making choices that we ourselves would not be in the position of making because we do not have the same mastery of the game that they have. So all respect to the players, even if we are critical at certain points. It's interesting seeing all this practice from SilverStar. Obviously, he's not completely happy with that first race and just feels that he needs to, really grind out a few of the things that he missed. So that tells you something as well. He's taking these races very seriously and just wants to nail down and make sure to work out the kinks even between the races.
The other unfortunate thing is a lot of the things that went wrong for SilverStar are things you can't even really account for. They're things that he's practiced, but they're also just things that can very easily go wrong in 11 exit races. It's always going to be high variance. Anybody can miss zips. They're really hard.
Yeah, zips in particular are notoriously unreliable.
Like, how do you practice things like doors and then zips? Again, you can only practice them so much, and hopefully they'll go well. I'm gonna make a call and say that we'll be ready pretty soon, hopefully.
Yeah, it looks like SilverStar is trying to work out the kinks in his stream. Maybe he's restarting his stream at the moment.
So if everybody's wondering, the winner of this will be going on to face Aaron, and then the winner of, well, Aaron versus the winner of this plays the loser of the winners finals, and then they go on to the grand finals. So wait, how many matches is that? One,
Well,
two,
we've got 5 players remaining, so that means we must have 5 matches because
yeah, including this one.
we'll need to eliminate one person twice. So we'll have losers semifinals is this, losers finals, winners finals. Oh wait, I've been saying it wrong. This isn't the losers. I mean, in the losers bracket, there's not really a regular quarterfinals, semifinals, finals, because the winner of the losers bracket finals will play another losers bracket finals against the loser of the winners bracket finals, right? So we've got this match, the match after this with Aaron, the match between Louie and Bob, the loser of that versus the winner of the match before that, and then the grand finals.
I believe that this would. It's at least the quarterfinals this here match.
Yeah, it depends on how you want to talk about it. It does look like we have SilverStar back here. And I guess actually potentially we could have yet another match after that if the winner of the winners bracket finals loses in the first match of the grand finals.
Yeah, I was
them.
just
So
about
perhaps,
to say,
yeah.
getting the double match in the grand finals is obviously always going to be odds against, but that's what Louis did in our last tournament, in the New Star World tournament. Seathorn won in the winners brackets, but then Louis came back and won 2 in a row. And it seems probably a bit more daunting in this case, because, well, just the amount of races, but it is exactly the same pretty much. But it looks
Yeah,
like
so
we're both good though.
potentially 6 matches remaining, including this one. Potentially 4 races remaining in this one. So potentially 29 remaining individual races in this tournament. Up, but still a lot of great 11 legs are actually remaining.
It's crazy to think that this is something like match 158 out of a possible 165. And I think maybe probably about 100 of those were restreamed, which is just incredible to think. Well, actually, I think I've done like commentary 47, and that's just over 50%. So about that.
That's a pretty good number. There's some of into the link to the past randomizer. I saw somebody chatting today saying that they had commentated over 100 randomizer races in the current tournament, which seemed like a really, I mean, I don't think I could even keep them separate at this point. It seems just really excessive.
That's very impressive. Alright, good luck to both runners in race 2.
Yeah, it does look like we're getting started again. I always prefer more races, so hopefully we'll see SilverStar bounce back here. We'll see if either runner gets the 361 this time.
Some nice swag from Sten. Very nice.
No 361 this time for Sten.
And even though YI3 can be quite tricky, and a lot of people, whenever they're starting learning this game, have a bit of trouble with it, both are looking very comfortable. And it's something that'll be ingrained in anybody that's been running this game for a while. If that muscle memory gets too strong with YI3.
Yeah, I actually find that when I take breaks from this game, it's the very initial box jump that I start messing up. But once I get that, I can just go through the rest of the level. It's just always there.
Yeah, for sure. That box jump, it's pretty precise, and it's pretty much your first trick in the run. And definitely in races as well, it's very easy to have nerves and just overthink it, or just, you know, mess it up a little bit.
It's an interesting level to have. I mean, for a newer runner, not for these guys, but you know, for somebody just starting out, and it's an interesting level to have so early in the run, because it is pretty high stakes, and everybody wants to whole minutes on other places in the run, but everyone wants to get that 259 every time.
Yeah, it's very solid platforming. SilverStar
Safe strats
in room 1 looked very, very tight. Yeah, that was a good 281. Yeah, it was a 281.
It looked like Sten's was. I mean, I'm not expert enough to speculate on this, but it looked like Sten's was a rather low 281. He spent a while gripping that fence, and it looked like he was just barely getting to the door. So maybe slightly faster from SilverStar in this castle, but really actually hard to say.
Yeah, I would say that's probably the case. It just looked that bit tighter. It wasn't very much of a difference. It was just a sort of a nice bonus. Yeah, absolutely, Cooper. Sten is 1 for 1. SilverStar is a half for 1, I guess. SilverStar got that first zip. That second one was just giving a bit of trouble.
Yeah, SilverStar got a 286 last race, which I think if you get neither zip, you end up with a 283 or something. So he was halfway there.
The wins icon isn't showing up. I can see Sten's star. Sten has a star on the left-hand side. Oh, I don't know if he just switched it on there just because you said or whatever.
Looks like similar flight speeds for the two of them. I look for when you crest this brown block. And both, it looked like Sten's flight speed just a little faster. But both with a 361 in the end.
Wow, that's actually evened up quite a bit. Wow.
Yeah, I think Sten was
Though that's weird. They both got 361s, but it seems a lot closer now. I don't know if it's just me, but this seems a lot. I don't know.
I think Sten's flight speed was just a little faster there, just based on when, you know, again, just high 361 versus low 361. We did see SilverStar bumping against something earlier in this level. We are going to see him getting this block.
Sten also has an opportunity to save time over SilverStar.
Oh no, but losing the...
Again, that very last fish. That last fish is an absolute nightmare. Losing it in that last fish is worse than losing it in the second to last. Just because you spend that extra time already taking it up.
So yeah, definitely very close. Hard to say. Even with getting the block was not a perfect level from SilverStar. Hard to say just exactly how the two are comparing right now.
No,
370 door entrance. We had a 370 door entrance for Sten versus a 368 for SilverStar. So
yeah, that
I have to say
it was really, really nice for Sten. That room 1 as well, like especially.
Just significantly better ghost house here. So even with losing the shell, I mean, we're in a situation similar to last race.
Yep.
You know, just a slight advantage. Sorry about that, I had to sneeze. Just a slight advantage for Sten going into zips. And we'll see how those work out in just a second.
Everybody crack out those Super Ram at 37 smash over.
And this time it's SilverStar with the good zips, and it's Sten with the 286. So a
Yeah,
role
pretty
reversal
much.
from last race.
Pretty much seeing a mirror of last time, and it's interesting. Sten is okay. For a moment, yeah, I just noticed Sten was typing in chat, and I was thinking that almost looks like that's in the middle of Star World 2. I was a bit scared. Sometimes whenever that happens, something is went really bad.
Yeah, the race I won against Paco was because of this level. His Yoshi ate the star by accident, and he just had a real trip. And then
I
he
don't
lost
know
his
how
cable
the
stuff.
heck he managed to have that happen. That's very interesting.
Let's see how this alternate strat goes. And the alternate strat goes well for SilverStar. And both getting a 192 this time. So SilverStar...
Stan
Not-
getting the master strat, just saving a tiny bit of time there. And it's definitely close enough where every little bit of time is going to count. I think this very much is within the margin of small optimizations.
Yeah, I would estimate the difference at...
Probably about 2 seconds.
Yeah, about 2 seconds. I was going to say 3 in-game seconds, which is about 2 real-life seconds.
Yeah, it seems to be about that. A small optimization that I appreciate of SilverStar's is his fire grab. Yes,
Yeah, he was practicing that. He doesn't go left for it.
Yeah, I just appreciate
He's
that.
moving right for it.
Restreamer 2 saved. Oh, and not door 5. It's the worst. It's the worst. Yeah, both of them missing.
Another,
I think.
Yeah, another door for both of them. Oh no! Oh no!
Well,
Well, we'll see. This is not looking good for SilverStar. We'll see how this goes, but the time lost.
SilverStar will be very unhappy about that, and that actually happened in one of his races versus Louis, I believe. I think. I'm not sure what race it was, but I believe this has happened to SilverStar quite recently.
Now we have to think
in
this race position. I have to think that SilverStar will be skipping the mushrooms, and I think obviously he'll be going for the capeless ball skip. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
Well,
yeah, well that's that. He didn't do the right thing with that Mecha Koopa. I don't know if he was trying to kill it to make 2 appear, or if he was trying to kick it upwards at that point. But yeah, this one's over. This one's in the books.
At this point, Stan only has to finish, so just as long as he can remember how to beat Super Mario World, he's gonna be fine. But yeah, a preemptive 2-0 for Stan. And SilverStar, I'm definitely hoping that SilverStar can pull off 2 or 3 in a row. That would be a very, very impressive comeback. But we'll see. Can Sten remember how to beat Bowser? Looking pretty good so far.
Yeah, he certainly is, and despite those zips, you know... It must be so hard playing a player like Sten in these multiple races, just knowing, you know, that you need to do it over and over again, and he might not be perfect, but he's going to be consistent, and you need to get it every time as his opponent.
Well, congrats to Stan on bringing this 2-0.
Yeah, many congrats to Sten. We're gonna see what we've got in these remaining races. We did have SilverStar with an advantage going into that dark room. He kept it together. He had his good zips. You know, he had a slightly slower ghost house, but zips solved it, and the rest of his Star World was good. And yeah, just losing it on that dark room, and I think based on Sten's fight, I think he would have lost anyway. I think Cape Kill saves more time than SilverStar had to give there.
Yeah, I'm just gonna put it out there as well. Mentioning the Super Mario World run at GDQ. Make sure to tune in to the Super Mario World channel. We're all going to be here, so we're all going to be hanging out, supporting Resi in the small castles. It's a really, really cool run. But we'll be mentioning that in the Super Mario World Discord. Yeah, that's what I meant. All castles for the biz. All structures minus other structures. I've not seen that word before. That's an interesting word. That is indeed a word. Exists.
I think it probably means something to do with dinosaurs.
That's what I'm thinking.
Or reptiles or whatever species.
Though I don't actually know what that suffix means, but I imagine it's something lizardy. Something like that.
Yeah, I would think.
Reptilian. Iron is a GDQ, yes. Well, if there's going to be anyone to pull off 2 or 3 matches in a row, sorry I said matches again, races in a row, it's going to be SilverStar. And I've been watching SilverStar either 1 or 2 nights ago, doing 11 exit, and I've just been banging out run after run after run, all in that sort of mid-40s range. But at the same time, Sten is probably feeling pretty good about this. Got a 1047 and a 1048, and whenever you're doing that, I mean there isn't much more that you could do, and that was without him getting zips as well.
Yeah, these have been very, very solid races from Sten so far. He said that first race was actually a 10:45, a PB for him. And we're gonna see SilverStar doing just a little more practice. I almost wonder if he's psyching himself out a little bit with practicing in between races. But he knows best. It looks like he's gonna be practicing that dark room just a little bit.
Yeah, I'm just remembering that definitely was something that happened to SilverStar in a previous race. I think it was versus the. Pretty sure it was.
That's the amazing thing, really, about these races, that it's not in a longer category. You would see everybody, going for safer strats, but in such a short category, everybody needs to. You can't take a room like this safely. You've got to fly through this room. You've got to keep your speed if you want to be competitive. It's only 11 minutes for this race, and you really have to do everything you can at every juncture that you have the opportunity.
The only flaw with seeding is that it ranks how good people are at RTA, which doesn't always translate in how well people do in races, but at the same time, it's still a pretty good indicator. But at the same time, having a good race mentality, making good percentage plays, which again brings into play that SilverStar is going for safer strats. As a general rule, I fully agree with that play. I think it's just a very sound play. You're going to win the most matches by doing that, especially relying on you sort of picking up time saves in other places. You're always going to get. So I think overall, SilverStar's race mentality is very, very sound. I think a lot of the decisions he makes are above average. So again, he very much still is in this match. Well, the seeding has been pretty accurate. Our final 8 consisted of seeds 1 to 9, excluding 8, which is Sten. So seeds 1 to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 9 were our final 8. That's pretty damn accurate.
Yeah, that's very good.
Come to think of it, our final 16, I think 14. The top 14 of 16 were in that as well, so it was very accurate as well. Yeah, Calco's the exception, I'm sorry. I mean, DBs are a pretty good indicator, but whenever Calco seed number 51, you should definitely reconsider that. Yes, I'm still salty about having to face him first round. Not really. But that was a really good match. I'm glad that we had that. Especially because I won, but no, I'm good.
Yeah, I wish... Calgo is such an incredible runner at just at everything he touches, and I wish he got more recognition outside of the SMW community. He's so talented.
Well, with him moving on to Kaizo and things like that, that very much touches a sort of more casual audience, so hopefully his stream will grow from there. But that said, everybody knows the name Calco. Super Mario World community, the SMM community, ROM hacking community, Kaizo community. Everybody just adores him, and they're absolutely right for doing so.
I hadn't even realized before AGDQ that he was such an incredibly good Yoshi's Island runner, but he's one of the best at that game as well, and was actually competitive for the world record for a while he was playing it. Anyway, we also have 2 amazing runners right here. We did see SilverStar practicing those dark rooms. He lost Cape in it again during his practice, so we'll just see. We'll see how some of these things go in the next few races. Hopefully, I mean, in the next 1 to 3 races, really, we should say. Let's talk. I mean, we've been talking about SilverStar as though all that's been happening is on SilverStar's end, but let's talk about Sten. Some incredible runs, and just seems to me, you know, you were talking about the race mentality, but it seems to me that Sten is just kind of doing the strats he would normally do and doing the strats he knows and not overthinking it, and that strategy seems to be proving successful.
Yeah, if you need race mentality whenever you're just hammering out really, really good runs, and Sten would probably admit it himself that his runs are kind of a high range. It's either going to be the best run he's ever had, or it's not going to be ideal. I think we've already seen that. All of his runs have either been like sub 1050, and he's had a couple of like 11-minute runs where things went pretty bad, but Sten has been playing so well. That's what we've come to expect at this point.
Yeah, very high expectations for Sten, former world record holder in multiple categories. I can't even remember all of them.
6 all castles, probably some 11 out of category.
Yeah, at least those two. Possibly was involved in some sort of tie in
co-op.
No Star World or a co-op or something. But yeah, also plays a few other games. He's a very talented runner. And is showing us his stuff today. Like we said, not overthinking it, not doing anything too complex with his strategy choice.
Easily the best Super Mario World runner in Australia, and probably the best Super Mario Bros. Player in Australia.
Fair enough.
And maybe the Southern Hemisphere, who knows?
But yeah, things have been going right for Sten today ever since hitting that first 361. We haven't seen him get it again, but he is zooming through towards the 259 here, as is SilverStar. We'll see if Sten finally gets that shell jump that he's been going for. He hasn't gotten one yet today.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that. I'm feeling really good about this shell jump. I think we're going to see our first shell jump.
Well, that would certainly give Sten an early advantage yet again, as we've seen SilverStar skipping the shell. Yeah. Well, it's okay.
Okay, we've got room 1 of Iggy's again. Both looking pretty comfortable this time. Yeah, that was very nice from both of them.
Yeah, good doors. Good mid to high 281s, it looked like to me.
Yeah, nice fences, nice jumps near that Putaboo. Nope, races aren't over. I've got a feeling that we may be far from over as well. I think SilverStar is going to dig deep here and find something pretty special.
Yeah, we're certainly hoping that SilverStar shows us his best, as both players with a 241. I've noticed consistently SilverStar with 39 coins and Sten with the upper 40s to 50 at the end of Iggy's Castle. And some points differences as well. Are the players manipulating coins and points for lag manipulation?
I'm not sure, but ending Castle 1, I will always have 30 coins. I always have 30 coins. I mean, if I can get 20 coins, that's even better, but I always make my coins a digit of 10 in room 2 biggies. But I'm not even sure if it saves time. In theory, it saves time. Like, on paper, it definitely saves time. But a lot of players don't go for point manipulation. I don't think Sten has went for it. I'm not sure about SilverStar. Maybe an RTA go for it.
Let's see how fast these flight speeds are. They look pretty similar. Both at a low 371, passing over that brown block. And we did end with a 362 for SilverStar, a 361 for Sten. So probably not a full in-game second difference, but definitely advantage SilverStar from that play speed.
And going into DS1 again, Sten with the potential time save over SilverStar. We'll see if that last fish is going to oblige.
Yeah, I mean, he hasn't capitalized on the strat difference yet because he has missed that shell, and Sten misses the shell entirely. So we are seeing finally the strat difference pay off for SilverStar, and actually, you know, for all that we've criticized him for the strat, there hasn't been a single race where really Sten has benefited from the strat difference because losing his shell both times he basically lost the time difference in the first two races, and in this race he didn't get the shell to begin with. Some little mistakes from SilverStar at the beginning of this ghost house, and losing some of this time back for sure.
You take care, Graham. I enjoyed the roundup. But even with that big difference, we're pretty much close to tied again. And it's very interesting to see a missed shell over not going for it. That was a big time loss, but it's pretty much tied again.
Yeah, good recovery from Sten there. We did see the big thing was, you know, SilverStar, he missed the door, but he also didn't fall off that ledge when he wanted to. Yeah, he kind of went back and forth a little. To the left of the boo rings, and then he had to adjust to the boo rings in the second room. So that adds up to a 4-second in-game difference. I don't remember actually what time Sten got. We do see SilverStar missing his zips again, and Sten doing a great job. 290 to 288. So I think that this gap has been entirely closed.
Yeah, well, Sten will be in the lead at this point. Well, probably by less than a second. Well, for sure less than a second. But Sten has been very, very strong in Ghost House.
Yeah, Ghost House has been a level that every single race Sten has saved significant time over SilverStar. His zips have also been solid, and again, SilverStar only at 259 versus Sten's 260. He bumped up against an edge there.
Ooh.
Sten has just been consistent in the little things. Oh, and
Sten,
bumping 192 versus 191. SilverStar bumping his head there.
Sten is 3 for 3 for that fast strat in Star World 3, which has been a bonus for him every time. Being very comfortable in that level, which is impressive. Like sorry, excuse me. It's a very tricky strat though.
Yeah, Sten's Star Worlds have just been very, very solid. Star Worlds have really set him apart every single race, I would say. And now a death from SilverStar. Incredible, just flying under.
Wow.
And not sure how to react. And this is... And SilverStar is going to treat us to the... Well, no, he's gonna... We don't even know what he's gonna do. I don't even know what he's gonna do.
He's just gonna grab Cape.
Oh, okay, fair enough, yeah. So he's got to hope for some mistake, but I don't think it's going to be forthcoming here. Sten has just been too consistent. And it's really very sad because this race, SilverStar did really have an opportunity going into Ghost House, but it just wasn't meant to be today. The fourth race I've commentated, and I believe every single race I've commentated will have been a win for Sten. He's really very impressive in these tournaments.
Yeah, it's been a very impressive run. He was in the final 24, and now he's going to be in the final 4. Pretty much just 4 matches in a row. It's been really, really strong. And I believe every one of those races has been sub 1050.
Yeah, and of the final 4, we're going to be seeing 4 current or former world record holders in this game duking it out. It's going to be a real treat. Every single one of them incredibly talented runner. And I don't even know, of the 4 of them, I can see very, to my untrained eyes, can have a sub 11. It's very hard for me to see daylight among the 4 of them, so it's really going to come down to what happens in the moment. We did
Yeah,
see a
get your bets
3-2.
in between Aaron and Sten. That's going to be very close.
We did see a.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say we did see a 3-2 between Sten and another former world record holder, Paco. So we could be seeing some very, very tight matches. But certainly today, the tight match that we were expecting, Sten really showing his dominance.
This has been a very, very nice fight from Sten again.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of time he's going to be looking at, but I think it's going to be yet another 10-4X.
Yeah,
I don't think so. From missing that shell.
It was really close to that first run. Yeah, missing the shell was such a big time loss compared to the rest of that run. It was very,
Yeah,
very
the only other problem I can even think of is a 361 in
well, yeah. I suppose.
Yeah.
Well, I imagine we're going to hear from Sten pretty soon. Also,
Yeah.
SilverStar, and big shout outs to SilverStar for actually finishing up with this run.
Yeah, congrats to SilverStar. Really incredible tournament. And just an incredible player. Not his day today, and just very hard to, hard to compete with 3 10-4Xs against somebody just this consistent.
Yeah, I was going to say that dying in Star World 4 can be very disappointing because it's one of those things. It might happen 0.1% of the time, but apparently it was going to be in this year race. So yeah, finishing up after that, it takes a lot of character to do that because it's going to be disappointing.
Hello.
Hello there. How are you?
I'm good, I think.
Big congrats. That was very convincing.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised by how well that went for me, actually. I definitely didn't deserve that second win, though. The one where Silver lost Cape and Bowser and then died.
Yeah.
Like,
well, I didn't lose in Bowser.
Oh, right, yeah, Dark Room.
Yeah, that there match is very close, and had that not happened, it very much was in the balance anyway. I think SilverStar was about a second ahead whenever he got hit by that last Mega Koopa. So it might have come down to, fast hits or something, but I mean, it still was SilverStar's race to lose that there match.
Yeah, I reckon Silver would have had that one for sure if just not lost Cape. That was good.
But it's just one of those small things that even though it doesn't happen or seem to happen in RTAs very much, we've seen it happen so many times in the tournament. That final hit of Bowser, well, I think those have been the two things that have stood out to me as high frequency. But I was saying that that happened to him in one of his races versus SilverStar as well. Not SilverStar, versus Louis. Where he got hit by that last Mega Koopa. Hello.
Hello.
Hello there.
I think we're
okay.
alive.
We're still in the call. That's good. Okay. Yeah. I mean, if you guys have anything that you want to say, I'd be interested to hear. Just if any thoughts or.
I feel like I got lucky. like
Absolutely.
Silver's an opponent where I think I got him on a bad day, but like any other day he could have wiped the floor with me. Even with like those 4 same sub 1050s.
It's possibly always going to be luck somewhat. It's a lot more interesting if it's somehow 100 races, what sort of result we're going to see. But then again, I mean, these are both really, really good players, so I don't see it as Well, I don't see it as an upset for sure. Even if SilverStar is the favorite, probably.
Yeah, I should check what my PB is in 11 exit because I think that that first race might have been a PB. I'm not certain, but
Yeah, and that second race was really close, especially with you also not getting shell and dryer.
I mean that was, like my PB's a 10:45, so it's that was only a couple of seconds off.
That's what it probably was.
But what did the leaderboard say? I can't even remember. Actually, I might have even PB'd in the race like a couple of weeks ago, but then I never updated the leaderboards and forgot about it.
I think you got a PB in our first race.
Yeah, that might be right. Yeah, I'm looking at this. It looks like I PB'd by like 0.4.
It looks like we've got SilverStar in the call. SilverStar, anything you want to say about the races today? Or maybe we don't have SilverStar.
I wasn't sure. I didn't think so, but maybe.
Looks like you were right and I was wrong.
I'm not sure. I think Silver might be having some internet issues. Like he timed out
Connection problems. Yeah.
He timed out from SRL and his stream dropped at some point. I think. Somehow Discord kept going. Yeah, he's dropped.
Seems that theory may be correct.
Well, I'm gonna leave you two to it. It's 6:40 a.m. here, which
Well, that's
for
some
better
dedication.
for
Thank
better
you
or
so
worse
much.
is my bedtime these days. Well, that was really enjoyable, Sten. You've been playing very, very well. I look forward to your races with Aaron.
Oh god, I'm up against Aaron next.
Yeah, I was just about to say, what are your thoughts on that then? Going up against Aaron,
I mean,
a very feisty opponent.
I've somehow come this far. I guess I have a chance, but like that's gonna be a tough match. He's very good.
Well, we've discussed this before. Whenever we're seeing Aaron racing, it's usually he's just doing RTA stuff, and normally that would be a bad decision. But Aaron is just so good. It's his blood. Like he's just so good at 11 exit. His times his good times have been really good. Got 43s, 44s, I think maybe even a 42, like a high 42. So
Yeah,
that's sort of
I don't
the
think I can
level
go
I'm
up against
looking
that.
at. Having said that, Aaron hasn't won a match without losing a race, and that's been against some low seeds as well. I think of a lot of the best players, Aaron has lost the most races. Like he has lost quite a lot of races. But the ones he's won, he's just absolutely blown out of the water.
Yeah. I guess we'll just have to see how it goes. I imagine that race won't be until after SGDQ because I'm pretty sure Aaron is there right now.
Yep. Although having said that, he may be interested in racing while he's there. You know, if people are around him.
Actually, I think he was saying he only lives like 10 minutes away or something as well. So like he might even be able to go home and do the race.
I suppose. Although I reckon that if he was okay with doing it at the event, the equipment's going to be there. He's probably got his controllers and stuff.
Harder to get a capture setup going at like capture and stream going there.
Yeah, actually, that's a good point. It's going to be on someone's phone, pretty much. If that's the case. Never mind. Yeah,
Right,
probably just go for that or wait until after. But do we have SilverStar?
I think we do.
Hey.
Hey.
You.
Hey, welcome back.
Good to see you.
And GG.
I know. Yeah, I was gonna say, I know Sten mentioned Paco had no issue with this, so apparently it's just my computer.
Yeah,
or
maybe
my
it's
Discord.
maybe it's just
Something
like
does
stream
not
plus.
want the screen share.
It could just be like stream plus Discord at the same time being too much of a toll on your computer or something. Who knows?
my computer's good. It's probably just some compatibility issue or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the way Sten and I did our match as well, and I'll be honest, it was less hassle than what normally restreams are.
Yeah, well, you don't end up with like you don't have to worry about commentary delay. You just get them in the call, and it's like everything's good. It's so much easier.
Oh,
Well,
I can't
I'm
remember.
glad it was convenient at least.
Mm.
Yeah, it was a lot better.
Oh right, Aaron's at SGDQ, isn't he?
Yeah. Yo, Aaron. My dude. Yeah,
Oh, there's the guy. There's the man himself.
well, I'll say what I've said to, like, my last 5 opponents, but, yeah, I'll be, like, I'm available, like, weekdays, and when I say weekdays, I guess it's, like, Tuesday to, no, it's, like, Sunday to Thursday American time. I'll be available, like, after 3:30 AM Eastern, which, you're not in Eastern, are you? You're in... Is it Central or Mountain? I don't know, but I'm sure you understand Eastern. Yeah, so after 3:30 AM Eastern, I'm free.
Iron is
That's when I get home
normally
from work.
central. So if it's close to the iron, it's pretty central.
Yeah. But yeah, anytime after like 3:30 AM, I can do, and then I can do evenings on the weekends, which is like Friday, Saturday. I might be busy this week. I don't know. We'll organize it. I will.
Belated congrats on the win, by the way.
Oh, thank you. I don't know if you heard me saying this, but I don't feel like I deserve it. Like you.
Well, you definitely didn't deserve the second, but
Yeah.
I don't know the others. Like the first race, you definitely deserved to win that one. That one was a good one.
That one was a PB. In theory, I could lose with a PB, but I'm glad I didn't. And then, yeah, the death in Dark Room was just not the death, but Cakeless in Dark Room. It's not.
Yeah, I was raging so hard about that. I was saying to myself that there's no way to practice for that because the practice ROM doesn't emulate the lag correctly.
Yeah,
so
you're
it
right.
just feels completely different when you're in a run.
Well, eventually Dots will maybe get that fixed, or at least I think he's planning to make it so the practice ROM you can like add and remove just about. Like, he's gonna make the HUD completely dynamic, so then you can just, like, add and remove things until you end up with the right amount of lag. Might work.
Yeah, Dots has been doing a really good job on that recently as well. Just been putting in some really good work. Well, SilverStar anyway, how does it finally feel to have that payoff? Yes, like I was just so happy. I really was, because that was over like 10 races, and it feels like that should be a gain, a lot more than just one. But you broke even twice and then got that big gain in the third one.
Oh, I did?
Yeah, I missed the shell in dry room, so I would just I didn't bother. Like I spun it and it just flew up in the air, so I was like, screw it, I'll just go down the pipe. So yeah, you had in that last race you had a much faster DS1 than I did, but then I saved a lot of time back in the ghost house.
Yeah, your ghost house is so good, but yeah, that first ring for SilverStar was a bit unfortunate. Just sort of set it up a bit.
The first ring was ugly. I kind of... After so long, you get some really good judgments and on whether you need the left scroll or not in the second room. And I'm glad that it turned out I didn't need it.
Yeah, you can normally make something work there, even with a pretty bad first spear ring, but it looked like you probably could make something happen there.
I
even if it
know.
was a bit sketchy.
I know in like my first race versus Parko, I managed to make something work that was just a complete mess, but I somehow ended up flying out of the boo ring in the second room.
Oh, nice.
It was. I don't really know what I did or how I did it, and I couldn't do it again if you asked me to, but I did it.
So, Sten versus Aaron. I'm sort of feeling that that's probably going to be 3-2 either way. The feeling that that match is probably going to pan out something like that. Possibly. I mean, that's probably what it's the favourite to be.
Yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. And,
But yeah,
I'll
this
have to
is
show
a
you
very
the race.
impressive match from both teams. Even though things did go a bit unfortunate at times.
Well, I think that's all we've got time for tonight.
Yeah.
That's our races.
Yeah, sorry folks, I don't really have anything else. But yeah, thanks for having me, it was a lot of fun. Yeah, GG Stan. Good luck in the next one.
Thank you.
Yeah, good luck. I'll root for you.
Congrats again, Silver. I mean, obvious. Actually, you get prize money, don't you?
I think it's $50 for getting knocked out
$50?
at this
Very
point.
good.
I'm pretty sure.
Enjoy.
Yeah, this was like the double your money match.
What are you gonna spend your $50 on?
I don't know. Probably some better glasses so I can play better.
That's actually a good call. I haven't got new glasses for 2 years, and I'm really finding myself struggling as well. But yeah, yeah, congrats again on the $50, and I think is this 4th place or something like that, like fifth place.
I think it's like it might be. Is it tied for 5th?
6th.
No, it's either tied for 5th or tied for 7th. I think it's tied
it's
for
not
5th.
Yeah, it has to be 5th. It's not 7th
Yeah,
because there are
yeah, tied for 5th.
4 people left. 5. Yeah. Yeah.
Which is...
Yeah, I think you tie with Dots, if I'm not mistaken. Actually, I have the document right here. 1 second. No, you tie with Mario. Dots and Paco came 7. Or, I don't know. Congrats anyway.
Thanks.
But yeah, good luck in the next race, or Stand against Art. And yeah, that's it for me.
Yeah, thanks everyone for watching. It's been a fun race. And we will
Yeah,
see
take care.
you hopefully within the next few days for myself versus Area 51.
Alright, hopefully see you guys then. Bye.
Bye.